What's up, everyone? Sorry, my stream just literally died. What's good? What's good? Sorry about that, guys. No idea what just happened there. Let's make sure everything's up and running and smooth. Everything good now again? Yeah, that was very weird. Damn. Okay. Might still have potential set up here. Now that gold's pushing down. Something like this. 7265. This is ideal. It's looking pretty good, this. It's good, everyone. Just waiting. No idea what happened there. This would have been a really good short. If we're going to continue to dump, we're probably going to enter this updated link. Okay, cool, perfect. All right, we're currently just dropping down quite aggressively. That's really good. We rejected off this level. Now, what I was looking at, guys, is I saw an FVG that's popped up here, obviously, meaning that we look for a potential entry. Still that we had an imbalance during this candle, this red candle, and so it caused us to obviously reject, especially from this level over here. So again, guys, sorry if you guys just tuned in. We haven't entered a trade just yet. I'm just looking for where I'd potentially look for a setup. I'm just going to remove this for now. We saw that price started to reject. Again, we are on a bullish trend. We do have a market structure break over here, so this is probably why we're causing an imbalance on price. This over here, we have also a fair value gap. A lot of you guys like to refer that. Again, it's just an imbalance of price. This candle caused to go down. We didn't tap back into this, causing us to make this gap in the market over here. See over that, so price obviously came up, tapped into this level, and then started to reject. Again, that's fine for us. Again, I would have preferred to enter that at that position as soon as we tapped into the red box. I had that before, but again, it was pushing quite up towards the stop loss zone, so it was going to be quite a tight trade for us to take. So that's why I was a bit cautious on entering just yet. But if we close below now, I'm more than happy to jump into the position, but we haven't jumped into any trades just yet. So what I'm expecting to see now, guys, is that you can clearly see, like, now that I jump on the charts, now that we're waiting for a position, right? I'm just gonna keep that over there so that you guys don't get confused. So what I was actually looking at is, you know, how price came up and it tapped into here. So obviously this would have caused us to cause top wick, tapped into the zone and came back down and rejected. Now again, we came down quite aggressively already. That could have been the move, that could have been the play, but we still never got that exact entry, and that was what I was pretty much waiting for. Let me just see if there's any comments or anything. Someone said, I love you, bro. Love you too, bro. Much love. Yeah, so pretty much we're just waiting, got into this area. You saw that price rejected off this level twice, something that I want to just pay attention to. Let me just do a trend line so you guys can see clear. You can see that we rejected off this level. We didn't quite tap into that level. That would have been my stop loss above this wick over there. Now again, this would have been a really good entry. This is what I was looking at. That's why I sent a video to the group, guys. I was telling you guys, hey, I was looking for this specific entry. I found an entry, but again, we were pushing really close up to 7.9, and our stop loss would have been like 8.7, so it would have been quite a tight trade. Again, if I get another confirmation that we're going to come back down, further down, that's great. But at the moment, we can just see we're starting to push bullish, pushing to the upside. So again, starting to reject at this point. So the idea is just have to kind of wait. Again, we did miss a really good trade there. You see that red box, I'd love to enter there. again, now where would a entry be now based on where we're looking at? I would be looking at seeing how this next 15-minute candle closes, which in the next 4 minutes. Waiting for the next 4-minute closure of this candle, see if we're going to close bearish below the structure. Then pretty much my entry point would be fine. I would be fine to enter something like that if we continue to close back into this box. Stop loss would be above that range. That would be fine. Minimum we target down to these lows, but we can also target all the way down to here. That's pretty much would be my entry. I haven't entered just yet. I want to see a closure back into this range, because then we know that once we come down, we're coming back into the range. We saw that we had quite a bit of range being filled up over here. So once we come down, re-close into this blue box over here, that would be enough confirmation for me to show that, okay, at the minimum, if we come down and tap into this box, at any stage we can continue driving back up. But if we close back into here, and then the next candle is there for us, that would be our perfect entry, right? We'll just wait there, wait for us to close, refill. At the minimum, what I'm looking at is us to tap back into this range. So we don't do that now on this move, especially in the next 4 minutes, close, tap into like, let's say 3-9 levels, then we would have to wait a little bit longer. But the idea is for us, okay, cool, we know that we close back in this range. At the minimum, we can secure what, 150 pips if we close exactly. So that would be the setup, that would be the play. Then we know we can trade safe within the range, right? But at any moment we know this can just be a bottom wick candle, and for us to continue driving back up, we've grabbed liquidity, tapped it back into these levels, so at any moment this candle could just shoot. And yes, I have seen it happen. It's in the next 2 minutes we're going to see how this candle closes, but then we can potentially look for an entry. But it was a pretty simple setup. We saw a fair value gap that appeared over here. Remember, fair value gap being an imbalance on price. We're waiting for price to tap into it. That would have been a perfect entry, of course. I just want to move this Fibonacci because it's not really relevant for us right now, but it is still in play. But overall, you got to understand that there's levels that we need to come back down to, right? We see we had a little strong support over here. So at the minimum, if we're going to tap into this, you see that when price pushed into this range, once we pushed above, pretty much just clean liquidity, clean traffic straight to the upside, and that's what caused this big price and caused the price to move quite bullish. But again, a stop loss would have been above there. It would have been ideal. So we would have still been safe on the trade if we entered over there. But again, and it was pushing quite aggressive. We're pushing up to like 7-9, the red candles over here, the wick. So that was like pretty much, I don't want to really just enter just that. I was waiting for more confirmation. Would have been a really good trade. That's something I was looking for. But yeah, we'll be sending this trade to the VIP group. You guys who are watching now will get direct access to this trade. We will be entering, I'd say, in the next, let's say, minute or so. So just pay attention. Obviously, guys, use proper risk management if you would follow the setup. But yeah, we will target these lows over here because you see that price pushed up, grab liquidity, and then previously when we came back down, right? Let me just push up this box. You can see that we tapped. Came back down into this level, came back down into this level. Once we tapped into the came back down and tapped into that. So that's what I'm more looking at, tapping into back into this level. We've seen it do it before, and this is pretty much the target we'll be targeting again, like this over here. So we expected maybe the same move once we start to tap above there. You can see similar pattern being formed, aggressive candle, tapped above here, a bullish candle just kind of died off, tapped into liquidity, and then potentially coming back down. Is there any questions regarding the setup right now? Like what we're looking for? Now again, I just don't want us to tap within, it's looking pretty good for us to enter this trade. Now we're pushing down aggressive. So any concern? Risk to reward's not gonna be fine. I'm gonna take this trade, guys. I'm gonna see once I enter, I'll give you guys the exact entry on this trade. So at the minimum, we're going to tap down into this level, and that's what I was kind of looking at. What would be our RR on this trade? It's okay. It's nothing crazy. Let me just prop this. It's so crazy because I had this trade set up for you guys. Let me just see what entry I'm going to get at. Enter now at like 4.4. What 4.4? TP1 would be 2.8. 2.8. TP2 would be at 5.010. and TP3 4981. Stop loss would be 5087. All right, guys, we're entering a position now. All right, perfect. Just entered in at 44. Our exact entry was 44.56, somewhere around there. That's fine. Stop loss is fine, and our final TP would be down there. That's great. All right, perfect. So we entered this position. I'm just going to update you guys on the screen. Just entered at 5044, yeah, 0.6 to be exact. Just show you guys, wait. I'll just do this. Currently already up $2,000 on this trade, guys. I'm just busy updating people here. So tell them do not disturb because I don't want to be disturbed. All right, so guys, we've just sent the signal to the group live on YouTube. As you guys can see, sent it to the group. There's in the VIP group, sell gold at 5044. You can see we got that entry at 5044 sent on my live YouTube. Sent it to the group around 1846. It's now, current time of sending this is 1848. So already peaked down, almost dropped down, almost 32 pips already. No, sorry, we've dropped down to about 26. About to already smash the TP number 1. So that's crazy. Have a look at this. I've just sent this trade, already up $5,000, and it was really simple to enter, guys. So you just need to come over here, come to XAU, click trade, and you'll just simply enter the lot size, the stop loss, follow the exact lot size, what you want to put in. Stop loss is, entries 5044. You can see that we entered, and the take profit is 5028. That's the first take profit. So obviously we just put this in, and we'll just put in the numbers as shown above. So stop loss would be, we're currently pushing down really aggressively now. As you can see, sent this trade live on YouTube, guys, and we smashed the TP number 1, about to tap through TP number 2. So 5028. So first TP, for example, stop loss would be 5087. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this while having so much things in my hand. And then we would have our take profit. Our first take profit would be 5028, which we already smashed. So as you can see, guys, it's that simple, and you just simply click sell because it's a market execution, and you can see we're already in $4,600 in profit, and you can do the same completely for free. All right, cool, guys. Jeez, a lot happened there. Oh damn, my trade didn't close at TP1 anyways. TP1 hit. So crazy. I'm like literally trying to do like 10 things at once. 5026. That was about 220. No. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna be with the comments now. All right, perfect. We managed to get in that. Trade. We peaked at already 2-1, which is really good. We came down to this level, guys, as you can see here. Gold price moves so quick, guys. I'm telling you, it's a crazy. Tapped into this level. We didn't quite tap into that level just yet. I'll prefer closure if we can close there within the next 9 minutes, so we can push down aggressively. Lot size dependent. I'm using a one lot for 3 positions, so I'm opening up currently 3 lots on this trade. But it's very relative to what you guys want to do. It's not financial advice. Use proper risk management. I've got a $165,000 account, so it obviously makes sense for me to use a bigger lot size because I'm using proper risk management. Again, might be moving my stop loss to break even on this trade because it already peaked down what? It was already about a 1-to-1. No, not even went. 42, and we peaked down 23. No, I won't move stop loss. But if you guys want to obviously take profits already here, because obviously we pushed down quite aggressively, so obviously pay attention to that. We came down aggressive, we haven't closed, so this is obviously a good trade overall. But yeah, geez, as soon as I come on the stream, Mr. Entry, is there another entry to go in? We might come back to break even. So again, it's who knows, but that was my entry. I'm sticking by it. I have my stop loss in play. We came down already, peaked at like 5021, 5020. My only concern is that that might have been the bottom wick for us to continue driving back up. But again, let's see. Got to be quick, man. Got to be quick. You know, I was able to enter 3 positions on that, plus send you guys a trade, plus explain the exact strategy. So if you guys did miss the trade, there isn't really much I can do. I do try my best. It obviously it can be a bit tough if you guys miss it. Like again, we're coming more or less back up to break even zone. So yeah, let's see. Again, good trade overall. Did peak down there, but again, it could just be the bottom wick. So we've got to just pay attention. Again, if we come up close back into this range, into this blue box, realistically, what's going to happen is we're probably going to retap into this range, so it could give us another higher entry. But again, we could just reject and come back down. But the overall idea was there. The setup was good. We're currently up almost $2,000. We peaked at around $5,000 in this trade. So overall, really good. Did you guys manage to get this entry? Like, what was your entry if you did manage to enter? Because I told you guys it hovered around my entry. I'll show you guys exactly where I entered. It was at 4.6, literally exactly there. Let me just, I got this thing, 4.6, 4.7, yeah, exactly. So just before we started to collapse, it was literally a minute after we tanked about all those pips down here. So yeah, we did get in an entry. You had like exactly almost a minute or so. Obviously, it's quite quick. I don't blame you guys. Again, like I've explained, like gold is moving very quick, guys. You know, it's just one of those things. Sometimes we get on stream, and sometimes we have to wait like an hour for a setup or a trade. But sometimes I see it. Why is this doing this? But sometimes we do start seeing like a quicker entry. If you guys did, like logically, I would have closed some of your positions down here because we did push down aggressively. It would have been obviously an ideal situation to close a bit because we did peak down and already. Let me see, we peaked down already like to $23, which is quite a big move. Again, and we did tap into this level where you can see there was a lot of volume being circulated over here. So again, at any moment. Did you close, Susanna, or are you still in the position? See, we're coming up back into like break-even zone. My only concern, if we close back into the blue box, you know, we could come up, retap into this range because we can see there was a lot of volume being built up here. So again, it could just be one of those things. TP is pretty still valid. TP is pretty still valid. Sorry. What lot size do you recommend on a 2? What lot size would you use if you only had 2K in it? Like 2K, your account's 2K, like $2,000. I'm assuming it's dollars, right? I don't want to give you the wrong information. So just confirm that with me. Got into the trade and took profit during the drop. Nice, perfect. I like that. It's a very smart thing to do. You know, you're never not a hero in terms of taking profits. So congrats. So it's £2,000. All right. So same concept. So £2,000. Do 2%, bro. Do 2%. Remember, I'm just a guy who's watching on stream. So, like again, I'm just giving a trading idea. At the end of the day, I would maybe watch a few more of my streams if it matches your strategy and you like the way I trade. you know, you could increase it, but, you know, keep it at 2%. It's not financial advice. It's just obviously, you know, when, like, I'm a very transparent guy, so not saying, hey, go 20%, 30%, because, you know, maybe it's your first time watching. Again, we haven't lost a trade in 11 trades, 11 streams. So, you know, could just be around the corner, you know. So I always say that tapped into 3x on 5044 and set all TP1 and profit at 148. Very nice, bro. Very proud of you. That's great. I was so quick with everything. I didn't even put my TP1 in level, so it hasn't tapped it. So all my positions are actually at break even, if I can be honest with you guys. It was just so quick. Yeah, I was trying to update you guys. Send us to that. When you say 2%, is that 0.2? No, it's not 0.2. It will be, you work out what's the total distance from here. So 2%, you're risking what? So 1% would be $20 and $40. So you would be risking like 40 pounds, more or less. Is that right? So 1% would be 20, 2% would be 40. Yeah. So if you want to risk like a little bit more, it's up to you. Whatever's comfortable for you. If you want to risk 5%, whatever. But just make sure that your 5%, right, is going to be, let's say for example, you got to remember this is a $42 stop loss, right? So if you use one lot, that's $4,200, right? If you use 0.1, it's $420. So it's all just relative, you know, in terms of what your lot size. If you do 0.2, it's going to be $840 stop loss, 840 pounds. So obviously use that correctly. You know, I got into position and put a stop loss at break even immediately when we got down aggressive. So I took profits and left. Very good. Welcome aboard, bro. So again, guys, if you want to get access to obviously the VIP, make sure to drop me a DM. My Telegram is in the description. If you want to get access to the VIP signals, we set about 2 to 5 of these winning signals every single day. So yeah, if you want to get more, and we also we just released AI signals. We also have a scalp group, a swing group. We have multiple groups that will match your schedule and your trading style. And then I obviously give breakdowns on everything. Viz, well played, said, away, my bro. What's up, Viz? You're doing well, my brother. So good trade. I mean, where did you guys, the people that did take profits, where did you guys exit? What, like, because obviously there was quite a big move and we pushed down with that in, let's say, from the entry 1, 2, 3, about 3 minutes. So you had about 3 minutes to exit. So what was your guys' exit? What was your guys' take profit over there when you guys got out? The people that did take profits. Generally what happens to the people that did take money, they gone already. So like if you're still here, much appreciated, but I know we call you a pip and dipper, but you just come and grab the pips and you leave. But I don't blame you. If you made your money, you made profits, and then you want to go enjoy the rest of your day, please do. Like definitely nothing holding you back. We're still in the position. Obviously you can learn a lot more if you stay on, because we might like manage your position and might go into more detail, more structure overall. So yeah, like overall it's pretty good. Money going straight to Caprice. Yes, it's been a while since I've been to Cafe Caprice. That's just but yeah, I wish I put my TP in, you know. I'm in profit, don't get me wrong. Like what am I up? I'm up like $2,000 on this trade. So there's it there. I just couldn't close. I didn't put my TP in because it was just so quick. I was trying to update you guys. Full transparency. Let me just see some of the comments here. Got on my phone. Sup Luke, sup Sir Cartier. Can it still drop? Look, I'm just the guy who trades. I just predict what could happen. I hope it's still gonna drop, but I still have my final TP level in. We will start managing the position. My idea is once we break below this wick, again, I'm pretty bearish on the overall. So until then, if we close into this range within the next 1 minute, there we go. That's good. That's good for us because we're closing back into this range. So this candle is going to close now. We're going to open up a new candle. What is my thing delayed? Okay, so this was the candle. This is the new candle, to be honest. We didn't quite close back into this range shit still, but I would have liked us to close back into there, but it's still okay. This candle's continued to drop. So now we just wait for the next 15-minute candle to see if we close back into there. So maybe the 5-minute candle closed there. Yeah, so the 5-minute candle did close there, came up, retapped into this range, and we continued to drop down. So that's fine. It's good for us if we look at a lower time frame. Wait, are you gonna put a trade anytime soon? I did put a trade. I did put a trade. But probably you just joined on chatting, so we did enter at 35044. Did get a nice push to the downside, peaked at around 240 pips, which was great, and we started to push back up, came back to our entry, or more or less somewhere there. Okay, I'm just the guy who trades, pretty much. I don't know. if I can predict every move, I would be a rich mother. You know, I don't even know if I can swear, so I'm not gonna say it. I'd be a rich guy. I'm pretty sure I would, have a house in the Hamptons. But I'm just a guy who trades, tries to look for setups, and follows a strategy. And most of the time it works. Some of the times it doesn't. Just the way it works. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, that's the truth, bro. For those of you guys who says, "Oh, bro, I'll win every single trade," please drop me a DM. I would like to meet you. I'm sure a lot of people would like to meet you, and if you did, you probably wouldn't be on my stream, because you would think, what a loser, because I win 100% and he wins 60-70% of his trades, 70 plus. So I'm a pretty much a loser to you, so I don't know why you would be on my stream, you know. I'm like a small fish, bro. But yeah, pretty much, we're just waiting for price to reject up there. Like, it's crazy because we were going to enter this. I had the position set, and then I was literally waiting. And then it came a bit too close to my stop loss. And I was like, you know, because there's the red candle there. If you guys can see it, it's a little bit faded out. But yeah, like it went to 7.8. Stop loss would have been like 8.7, so 100 pips up. But the way we were moving was quite aggressive, and then we jumped all the way down, so we could have got even a better entry, but it just is what it is what it is. But yeah, the setup was pretty straightforward. What I was waiting for is, before we jumped on stream, I was waiting for us to break out of this consolidation zone, right? And once we broke out of there, we saw a strong bullish engulfing candle, and we started to push up very aggressively, tapped into this level, and then most of you know, it's a fair value gap, you know, an imbalance of price. So that's exactly why I put this red box there. We tapped into that level, and then again, obviously it came a bit too close to my stop loss, so I was waiting for more confirmation, a closure below there, which exactly we got, and then we started to push back into this level, which again I was waiting. Okay, wait. At the minimum, before entering the trade, I was waiting for us. At the minimum, we're going to tap and refill this box, and then we did, and we started to push down even further. So that was pretty much the setup and the idea behind this trade, if it makes sense to you guys. Now, what I'm looking at is we are in another range here. Oh, please don't tell me my mouse died, bro. Are you joking? All right, guys, you're going to see no mouse action right now. I just got to plug in for like Apple, bro. Who puts this thing at the bottom, bro? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't. There's going to be no mouse action, funny business now. Just give me some time. Just give me like 5 minutes to recharge. That's one thing. Respect to Apple. Like, I mean, like, I understand the concept, right? I can't use my mouse right now, so just give me some time. But I understand the concept of people maybe using the mouse too much, and they need to take a break. So tonight I will just leave my mouse on charge so that I don't have this issue again. But yeah, that's pretty bad, eh? Probably should get another mouse, like a backup mouse. When this trade hits profit, then I can take out some profits, go buy myself a new mouse, because I think a mouse is like, what does an Apple mouse go for? It's probably like 700 dirhams, like 200-300 euros for a mouse. And it's like, it's not that great. I just like it because you can spin across the thing pretty easily. Yeah, let's see. I will update everything now, like when my mouse decides to recover. Fucking Apple, bro. Fucking Apple, bro. Come on, dude. Wait. Alright. Alright, we're so back, boys. We're so back. Got the mouse back. Let me just say entry sell XAU. Entry was 5044. TP1 was already hit. TP1 was at let me just get that confirmed. TP1 was 5026, which has already been smashed. TP2 was 5010. TP3 was at 4981, and then we peaked at 240 pips so far on this trade, and yeah, that's pretty much. Let's keep that there so we don't get that in our way. Where's my little tick? It's already been hit. Who's still in this trade? Let's go. Let's go for TP2. Ha ha ha. Yes, I like it. Let's go for TP2, bro. TP2 would be somewhere here. So tap down to these wicks, and when you see a nice little closure. Yeah, let's see, man. I think our stop loss is in a good spot. I think our entry was relatively good. We could have got in at there, but it was just a little bit risky. And I like to be more calculated, you know. It's pretty much that. No, we just wait. Trade might take a little bit of time. We don't have any news or anything coming out, so it's just going to be pure price action now. This was Tuesday's high, Monday's high, so yeah, we already took that out. Now we're just going to find the overall direction. Now, in an ideal world, what do you guys think of the new layout? Like, for those of you who've been in the stream, like, my camera's slightly bigger. I know you guys don't want to see my ugly face. It's fine. I just did it that because, you know, I don't really know why, but it's cool. Then I got the screen because a lot of you guys said I can't really see the numbers and I can't really see things too clear. So I made the screen bigger and then I removed all the rest of the bullshit in the background. Is it much better for you guys? I just try and adapt to, I listen to you guys, I listen to what you say, and I try to make what's obviously comfortable for me, but comfortable for you guys as well. Because obviously for me, I see a very big picture, it's very clear for me, but obviously I need to be more understanding. So can't you said this is so much better. I don't know if you're talking about my face or you're talking about the chart, but either way, much respected. Appreciate you. You can see the diamond chain a lot more bling now, you know. That's the only reason why I got the chain looking extra shinier. And obviously the AP popping in the background. Don't worry, I didn't do that for a flex, don't worry. Or did I? No, I'm just joking. I don't really care about that shit. I used to, but at the end of the day, now it's just piece of metal on your skin. Sometimes I forget to even wear a watch, you know. I'm just like, it's like I don't even use it to tell the time. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I probably never look down at my watch and be like, what's the time today? Never. I would always just look at my phone. It's pretty pointless. More just for like, it looks cool, but I never used it to tell the time. Like, I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys. I've had a watch for the past 5 years, 6 years, and I've never used it to tell the time. I don't even think it's the right time. Let me just embarrass myself here, wait. What's the exact time here now? If this is correct, I'll be impressed. Not 7:11. Yeah, it's just completely not even on the right time. I think it is. Yeah, it's not the right time. That's embarrassing. Do we set it here? No. Nah, I don't even care, bro. Who looks at the time on the AP, bro? I wouldn't even look. I don't have time for that. Excuse the pun, you know. All right, let's see what this trade is gonna do. Yo, imagine in a perfect world, I entered the retest on 5044. I have 1,000 rand in my account with 0.1 lots. Where should I put my stop loss? Well, 1,000 rand. Well, I don't really use rands. I know I'm from South Africa, but I haven't traded a rand account in ages. So just use, if it's 0.01, it'll be, I believe, are you risking $42? I mean, sorry, 42 rand, 420 rand. Could be 42 rand, potentially. I don't know if it's the same. Because like, if you use 0.1, it'll be $420. 0.01 would be $42. So if you're using 0.01, but I don't know what the exact calculation is on rands, but just know it's a $42 stop loss. So your stop loss is here. I put it over here. I didn't put my stop loss. Sorry. I was gonna say I put my stop loss there, so you should check the charts, but like I didn't put it there. So all right. So I'll forgive you on that one, bro. It's not your fault. It's mine. Stop loss at 5087. So you're looking at a move of $42. So put that in on baby pips, check it out, or whatever stock calculator you use. I don't use that stuff anymore. I've got skin in the game, you know what I mean? All right, let's do something on the chart, bro. Like, come on, bro. I'm going live here. People getting bored. They want to make money. They don't want to watch me yapper on. They want to watch the price drop. They want to watch their accounts go up. That's pretty much what they want to do. Bum. So we like more or less a break even again. Pop into that level. Shall we still keep our sell trades? So it depends. Some of you guys were actually quite smart, you know. You actually took out some profits here and potentially left. So maybe you guys closed a portion of your trade, moved stop loss to break even, so you secured some profits. Some of you just moved stop loss to break even. So I don't think we hit break even just yet. Let me just confirm that for you. We haven't hit break even yet. So if you were in the trade, you stop loss to break even. That's also fine. Do I believe the trade can go higher? Absolutely. I don't deny that. We did come down bottom wick. That generally means that we've grabbed liquidity in some sort of area and we started to reject. So at any moment this price can still just pop up because we have come down, tapped into this level where we saw a lot of volume. So any moment we can still push back up. Now again, we got a stop loss in play and we have the trade valid as well. And so shall we keep the soldiers? 5087 is 7 rand risk. Yeah, so obviously on 1,000 rand account I wouldn't recommend it because you're risking 70% of your account, which is definitely not what I do, bro. Is 0.01 the lowest lot size that you can make? I don't know. I haven't traded with small lots. No disrespect, no nothing wrong with it. We all started somewhere. I haven't traded with those lot sizes in ages, so I don't actually even know what the lowest one. I think it's 0.01. It's the lowest you can actually do. So again, this is a bigger. You see, in terms of using, that's what become quite tricky with smaller accounts, especially on rand accounts, because again, if you don't get a scalp entry like your stop loss, like let's say for example we do, I'm just spitballing here, right? Let's say we got that first entry, this one over here, right? This would have been more ideal for you to enter because our stop loss was quite tight. You know, if we put our stop loss over there, this was like a $13 move. So you would have been able to at least go 0.01, and I'm presuming it would have been like a 260 rand stop. Am I correct? 26.13. If you did a 0.1, you'd be 130 rand stop loss, I think. And that would have been okay, like 10%. It's a smaller account, so it's obviously hard to get a stop loss. You have to choose a suitable stop loss in that sense, or increase your balance. Again, we do, if you want to send me a DM, or get yourself up with a dollar account, then you at least also get a deposit bonus as well, if that's something suitable. No judgment taken in the beginning only. It's about that. Yeah, no, I definitely no disrespect. We all got to start somewhere. I started at 0.01. I started at 0.02. Worked my way up. I was also just a new trader, just like you guys. I know exactly what you're going through, but just obviously know that obviously it's tricky in the beginning. I'm going to be honest, especially with the Rand account, because you know, if you're trading with a smaller account, probably look for more scalp entries, like more tighter stop losses. More ideal. I do have this in my VIP group, so you guys can obviously get access to that as well once you join. So we do have scalp signals, we do have swing signals. Swing signals are obviously more for the people that have a larger balance, because it can take firstly longer to play out, which means you're going to be paying for swaps. Because obviously if a trade gets held over a day, you get a certain swap that gets paid to the broker. Completely normal. You won't get rid of that. So what should I do with my stop loss now? Well, my stop loss is that stop loss, so I'm not going to change my stop loss. Obviously, if you change your stop loss to something else, that's on you. But I won't change my stop loss. So my stop loss is my stop loss. I can't change it. It won't make sense for me. Like I can't customize my stop loss to your risk, because it wouldn't make sense to not only me but to everyone around, you know. So again, like this could be more a bit of a risky trade, because this still could hit stop loss at any point. So you're risking around $700, 700 Rand, which is 70% of your account, which is something that I do not recommend. It's not financial advice, but I do not recommend that. It is just one of those situations where I wouldn't know where else to put my stop loss. Yeah, putting it here wouldn't make sense. Putting it here wouldn't make sense. Putting it here wouldn't make sense. So for me to move my stop loss doesn't make any sense, you know. What would you recommend in my situation? And again, if you enter the trade with 0.01, you're risking 700 Rand. Personally, what I would do is probably not enter this trade. I would probably wait until you have potentially a bigger balance, so that you have more leverage and you have more capital, so you can at least hold throughout the trade. That's just personally what I would do, dude. I wouldn't. Yeah, at the end of the day, this could be a losing trade, dude. So like, I don't want to obviously tell you what to do, but you know, I think you know what to do. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just it is a bit unfortunate. Again, it's like 1,000 Rand account. It's obviously very normal in the early stages, but again, like most of the times, my stop losses aren't as big as this. It's generally a lot smaller, and that would give you obviously a better opportunity. But now it is, so just understand that this is the trade. I can't do anything about it. So yeah. But obviously, just tune into more of the other streams. You will have multiple opportunities. If you've made some money on this trade, great. You know, just obviously just be patient. You know, that's all I can say. Don't rush it. You know, how would you feel if you lost 700 Rand now? Would you feel like shit? Were you in profit? Did you take profit? These are the questions you got to ask yourself. You know, is it going to make you happy? Is it going to make you happy making a little bit of money now and saving a lot of money if you lose? Because if that answer is yes, then you know what to do. You know, it's pretty straightforward. So you obviously got to think about that. Like, how would you feel if you lost right now? Would you feel like shit? Now you're in a position where you are in profit. So, like, would you feel shit if you lost 700 Rand now? If that answer is yes, pretty straightforward. You know. Going 0.01 is a wise move and small steps, bro. 100%. It's just that, like, again, 0.01 is using it on a Rand account, so he's actually risking He hasn't got $1,000, he's got 1,000 rand, so meaning that he's actually going to be risking almost like 700 rand, which is 70% of his capital. It definitely is a wise move. Of course, he's risking the lowest amount that he possibly can. I'm not sure if you can do a cent account. Try and find someone who does a cent account, and you can have smaller, you can do like a 0.001, I believe, and this would probably be more ideal, you know. I used one lot on gold yesterday and almost 2k in seconds. Guys, trust me, it's amazing. I love you, bro, much appreciated. Yeah, it's just again, like, obviously try and find maybe a broker that potentially has a cent account. That's something I could recommend, so you're able to use smaller lots, and your lots is actually, because when it's on a cent account, a 0.01 is very small, you know. And this is nice, it gets you used to, you know, because my thing is, my advice to you guys is, it's very, very important that you guys get onto the live charts as soon as possible, right? Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's a new feeling. It's exciting. It's something, it's scary at the same time. But at the same time, you're putting yourself in real practice. So what does that lead into? You're actually using your own money. You're making critical decisions based on what you have, right? Because when you're using demo money, when you're using not real money, this is, your mindset's different, because you're gambling with money that you don't have. Like some people, the most ridiculous thing that I used to do back in the day, I would open up $100,000 demo account. But dude, I didn't have $100,000. I was like, bro, I was flat broke. I was like, how am I gonna get $100,000, bro? To trade, I can barely eat, bro. Now I'm opening up a fake account of $100,000, right? A demo account on a broker. And I'm making $1,000, I'm making $2,000, I'm making $10,000. Say, bro, easy. But what you're doing is, the problem with this is, right, is that you're getting used to these $1,000, $10,000 on a demo account, and when it's time to show up, you're expecting the same results because you've maybe mastered these trades, right? So you're expecting the same outcome with this 100K account on, let's say, what can you guys deposit? Let's say $1,000, $500. Now your account has almost 99% decreased to like 1K, right? Now you're sitting on a 1K account, but you were used to making $1,000 profit on a 100K account. Now you're like, my account's 1K, but I still want to make 1K. So you want 100% your account, which again, is not impossible. It's possible, but again, you're trying to use the same lot size, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 lots on a gold trade, and within seconds, your $1,000 is gone in a heartbeat, because you got the same mindset as before, right? Let me just see here. Let me just get back to some of the questions. I recommend him just join his premium channel. Much appreciated, Mr. Cadrill. Much love, brother. Good. DS or not? Good. Don't know what good. Everything's good, bro. Things good. Anyways, I had 8,000 in the account and lost 7K using other signals. Yeah. Again, I don't know who you joined. I don't know what you were doing. I don't know. So I'm a very like open person to other people. I don't judge anyone else. People do what they need to do. But again, at the end of the day, like, I don't know what you were doing, right? So was he sending good signals, or was he sending bad signals? Were you not taking the signals correctly? Were you not listening to him? So, you know, it's hard to pick a side. I don't know if you're right. I don't know if he's wrong. I don't know if he's wrong and you're right. I can't say it, you know. But again, what we do here on a day-to-day basis is very transparent. I'll show you guys my wins, my losses. I go live on YouTube, which probably this guy wasn't doing. Now, again, I'm just making an assumption. But I don't know if he was going live, so you weren't able to follow his trades in real time, and you probably weren't being able to see and execute trades. Again, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of discipline to do this live, guys. You don't understand. It's a lot of pressure. It is a lot of pressure. It's not everyone can do this. So the people that do this, give them some respect, give them some patience, because at the end of the day, they're doing this for free. They put in their reputation on the line. Remember, because at the end of the day, if someone takes the same setup and they lose, what happens? You lose as well, right? So it should. It does affect momentum. It isn't nice for everyone. That's why a lot of people actually stop trading live, because they get too much negativity. But I know through trading, there is guys that regardless of wins or losses, they stay the same. You know, they understand trading. And this is what's important in the longevity of things, because people will, once you become a good trader and a smart person, you will understand, we're going to win, we're going to lose. But overall, we're going to win, right? We just might have a bad day. We might have a bad week. Might even have a bad month, right? But overall, over a long period of time, the longer you stay, the more results you're going to get. And that's just how simple it is. Okay. Play safe. Oh wait, sorry. There's a lot of comments here. I think we've all been there, bro. Exactly. I've had crazy losses, guys. Crazy. Now, obviously, it's relative. I've had 30, 40, 50, 60K losses, dollars in trading. Imagine for me, I was thinking, I took an account, I think from $15,000 to like $70,000 or $80,000. Within 2 trades, the account was gone, right? So don't think like, and this was back in my early days, right? When I had a bit of cash and I was like, I got a bit confident, but literally, it doesn't matter. If you get too cocky, too confident, and you start to go, this is so easy, right? Then you go 10 lots on gold size. If you go 10 lots, because you're very confident and you want to flip your account, you go 10 lots instead of 2, instead of 1. Your account can go quicker than you can imagine. That account took me like 6 months to build up, you know? So yeah, it sucks. But we learn from it, right? Play safe with this guy. His guidance is pivotable. I like that. It's exciting. It's practical. Again, like I said, I am one of very few traders that go live. I think that speaks for itself. We're going to be through the highs, through the lows. You know, again, we've been, I would say, pretty profitable for the past few trades. Which again, it's good. But I'm always explaining, you know, the possibility. I'm always telling you guys, use proper risk management. You trade smart at any moment. I'm just a guy, like I said, I made a joke earlier, but I'm just a guy who trades. It really is that. I'm just a random dude on YouTube that you maybe follow, that you maybe look up to, and that's great. I'm very happy that I'm very proud about it. But at the same time, I'm just a dude. I can also lose. That's reality. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one dude, right? That doesn't. Okay, wait. That doesn't sound right. But anyways, you know what I mean. They put all your eggs in one dude. That sounds really bad, mate. Jeez, it came out so bad. So what happened to me? I start with you $1,000. Nice, preach, Luke. Appreciate it. So I would recommend to trade when you have 1K starting balance, not XAU. What would you recommend to trade with when you have 1K starting balance, not XAU? Again, it depends what pair you trade on, right? Currencies are more or less all the same. Obviously, if you trade like indices like NASDAQ, S&P 500, it's going to change as well. It's best to just do your research, right? So like if you're going to trade something, a new pair, you're going into it, you have no idea how the currency works, how the pair works, go on baby pips, put in your account size. You know, it's simple as literally, like go on baby pips. I'm just going to go over here for now. You know, you just go here, trade in. I'm not actually promoting this. I don't know if YouTube's going to do something. I'm not actually promoting this website. I'm just, I know I'm not affiliated whatsoever. I haven't used this in a while. Basically, it's really simple. You go to trading. I think it's lagging. Where is it now? Tools, yeah. Pip calc value. You can do position size, pip value calculator, gain and loss calculator. You can just put this in. It's going to tell you the exact pair. Put in the exact trade that I put in. So choose your pair, whatever you want to choose. Put in your ask price, put in your position size, and it's going to spit out exactly the pip value, what you're going to put in, or it will calculate the lot size that you want to do overall, right? It's that simple. Like if you're going to trade a new pair, do homework. Don't just go in and gamble and put all your money in and be like, all right, one lot I trade one lot on gold, I'm going to do one lot in Euro USD. It's going to be very different, a very different outcome, right? So it's always important just to have a look at that. Ilya, I hope that answers your question. So it's always important. It's like basically venturing into a new product, a new category of things, right? You obviously do a little bit of research, right? A little bit of research doesn't hurt anybody, right? So this will save you a lot of money in the long run. Because again, if you do one lot on gold and you do one lot on Euro USD, one lot on gold, let's say a $10 move is obviously 100 pips, right? So that'll be 100 pips. Yeah, 100 pips, that'll be $1,000. Now, if like that moves the same as the Euro USD and you do one lot, it's going to be like probably $5-6, not even like maybe $10 or $1 or something ridiculous. So again, it's probably good to do your research, check the pip lot calculator. Did that answer your question, Mr. Keys? So then we grow together. Exactly. They weren't bad signals, they just came through late. What do you mean by coming through too late? I'm just trying to understand that correctly. Because is it that, you know, he just sent the signal buy now and it just went to the position? Because again, it can happen. Even for some of my signals are sometimes very quick, but that's why we do send out multiple trades, so you have multiple times to like enter. You know, sometimes you might miss a signal. Again, guys, like some trades come through at random hours. You know, again, if you work in a full-time job and you're trying to get things done, you have a kid, you have a family, again, obviously it's very hard to be looking at Telegram 24/7. I don't blame you guys, you know. So again, sometimes it's also on you that you missed it. Again, it's just unlucky. You know, again, I'm not trying to justify for this guy. I don't know his group, I don't know his trades, but again, it's when we see a trade set up, sometimes it's very quick, and sometimes it's just you have to send it, you have to enter, and you know we can't wait that 1 minute for you to come on your phone. We can't wait for that 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 30 minutes for you to be ready. So it sometimes it is tough, you know. Sometimes you get a part where you can re-enter and stuff like that, but you know, a lot of times if it's not a buy limit or a sell limit, it's sometimes going a lot quicker, you know. Jesus, comments are going crazier. Mackie Max, bro, nice to see you again. It's one of my OGs. I kept catching the trades like 10 to 20 pips, and then he is a scalper. So when he was taking profits at TP1, I was only getting out of drawdown, so I kept losing. Yeah, it's what I've seen in other groups. Look, don't want to name and shame anyone. That's not what I'm here to do. But again, I've seen a lot of guys take very quick trades, right? Like it's like by the time you enter, it's like already moved $2 or $3, and they stop loss like tight, right? So it's like already moved. Let's say gold, like you buy it 5,000. By the time it gets sent, gold's already at $5,002. You stop loss like 4,998, so just $2 below. And then it like his TP1's like $5,003. It's really TP1. Move stop loss to break even. It's like bam, you know, this trade's done. You know, like and then you get out, you hold the trade too long, or you get in at $5,002. You're not even at break even when that trade goes down, and it's just like so quick. So I do understand that you got to obviously watch out for that, because some people can like send quick trades that's like unrealistic to catch, right? That's where you'll see my moves are a lot bigger, right? They are a lot bigger. Sometimes they're a little bit faster, sometimes a little bit bigger, but they're always changing. I'm not trying to catch his $2, $3 moves, because that's very difficult for a human to catch, right? Because if I send it, look how quick we moved there. In 2 minutes, we moved down 240 pips. That's $24, right? In 3 minutes, right? So if you came on 3 minutes after I sent it, you can't even enter. You're done. But again, that can happen, right? It's not that like I sent a signal, we could drop 240 pips, then you might be 2-3 minutes late. But that's not my problem. That's not my problem. That's just the market as well. It's not your problem. It's not my problem. It's the market. It's like we can't predict when it's going to drop like that, you know. But we're going to send the same trades. Anna said, I agree with what you're saying. Live seems so much more pressure. Believe me, it's like I never wanted to be a teacher. I looked up at a teacher and I said, absolutely not. I was a naughty kid. I was a naughty little kid. I just never wanted to learn. I just always wanted to crack jokes. I was a guy in the back just cracking jokes all the time, making people laugh. That was my thing, right? I used to cause, wasn't disrespectful to the teacher, I wasn't rude, I wasn't anything like that, but I was just like, it must be so hard trying to get the student to like listen, because all he wants to do is crack jokes, right? I just want to crack jokes. I want to laugh. I can't wait for like a break, you know. I want to go out and eat. I want to go like, you know, mingle with some people. I want to go, you know, talk to some birds, you know. I don't know. I was a kid, but I knew how hard it was. And now, rewind like 12 years later after high school, and I'm teaching. So yeah, it's a bit weirder. It's a bit weird how life just kind of works like that, you know. Obviously now, like, the reason why I'm so confident, I will get back to all the comments, it's just so much, I'm trying to get through every single one. Do you know why it is, right? Because you're accountable for people, right? It's also when you're teaching anything, you're accountable for what happens. If you teach in a sport and a guy breaks his leg, you are semi-accountable for that. Maybe you didn't warm up correctly. Did you watch all of them? You're watching 20 people, 30 people train. The idea is like, you know, it's the same as training. Like, I can't physically watch 30 people train, right? There might be a guy that doesn't warm up properly. There might be a guy that's cheating. There might be a guy that's not doing properly. So he gets injured. Now it's on me because I'm teaching everyone. I'm coaching everyone. Now, if he didn't warm up correctly, he got injured. That's my fault, right? But then that's my fault. Take accountability. And I mean, look what's happening on GoPros. So anyways, this isn't to my bullshit. I think the more bullshit I talk, the more the price drops, you know. Yappa, boom, you know. Anyways, we're about to hit TP2. But yeah, so basically it's the same. That's why we have so much pressure as teachers, right? Because we at the end of the day, we're accountable, right? We're accountable for, like I can't see what you guys are doing. If I tell you risk 2%, not financial advice, but then you go and risk 20% or 30%, and you lose, and it loses, you know, that sucks because I told you, but I can't be responsible for that, right? It just is what it is. Did we hit TP2? Yeah, we hit TP2. All right, so I'm gonna close. Let me just. Okay, so I'm gonna move stop loss to break even for sure on this trade. I'm gonna close one position, 100%. Close, and let me just do this. So guys, I've just closed my first position now. I'm about to close the second one. We're absolutely melting on gold. Close position, close the profit. And this was obviously sent, guys, 1937, sent the signal out live on YouTube. As you can see, everyone's watching. Here's some of the comments. People are going crazy. We've got over 600 people watching this, guys. So yeah, we're currently marking down. Next TP is for 8-1, but we are absolutely just melting, and we're going to let this trade run to our final TP, which is 4981, and this will be a great trade overall. So it's really that simple to enter and exit these trades, and I do it completely for free, as you can see, live on YouTube. There's all the comments. Banger, people winning. That's how we do. You know what that means? That means we are 12-0. 12-0. Who else is there? Who else is doing this, bro? So let me get back to the comments. Fuck, there's so much comments here. No, I appreciate it. I really like when you guys chat. Like, it's cool. It makes it like more interesting. But I've never seen so much comments before. So I'm just like, now I have to get used to replying, trading. Yeah, jeez, it's crazy. I appreciate you guys so much. It really, like, it makes it enjoyable. Like, you know, without you guys, I'm streaming to nobody, and it's really not that fun. I feel a bit like a loser. So if you guys are there, it's actually quite nice, you know. All right, so guys, if you want to get access to these VIP trades, drop me a DM. My thing's in the description. Just send me a message. Tell me what your experience is, how long you've been trading for, where you're from. I like to get to know my people a lot better, especially if you're in my community, because once you become in the community, you're part of the family. I try and look after you. I try and help you as much as I can. So yeah, if you want to get access, scan the QR. Oh, there's no QR code anymore, but there should be my link in the description. If it's not, just send me a message on Telegram, and if not, just go on my Instagram, send me a message. You'll see my groups in my description, or if not, my thing is @BridgesLuke. So I'm just gonna put my And like if you don't manage to find the code or something like that, just add me on Instagram at Bridges Luke. That's my Instagram handle. Also show some love, pop me a follow, like some of the posts, you know what I mean? Helps the algorithm, makes you look cool, you know? No, I'm just joking. Alright, so he's a good trader, you might know him, Callisto. It sounds familiar, I don't know. I think I've heard his name, don't know him personally. And I said I agree with what you said. Yeah, okay, we answered. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Mackie Matt says melt. Let's go. Hi. What's up 2RR? Is that 2 risk to reward? Is that your strategy? What's the story with that? Still on the trade, just working with the tight stop loss 130 pips. Needs to be flying. Okay, nice. Didn't know that. OG's always behind Luke, bro. Much respect. So he would send the signal buy now, and then you would really send the buy range, for example 5045, and then it would hit straight after and go to price. Yeah, I get that. I've seen that. I've been in groups like that before. Just like, again, you don't have to be in the group. No one's forcing you. You know, obviously I don't want to actively promote myself, but I do show you guys what I do on a day-to-day basis. So it's pretty straightforward. Choose someone that you can trust, choose someone that you can respect, choose someone that you can look up to and potentially want to become the same level of them. You know, if you follow my lives all the time, eventually you will become on my level, because I don't see a reason why not. You're watching this thing, what I do every single Tuesdays and Thursdays, like, you know, it's impossible not to, right? Over time, you'll just get so accustomed to like what I'm looking for, that, how I enter, what I'm looking for, right? That's that banger. How do you take TP1, TP2 without closing the trade? I'm using MT4, MT5. You just put in your TP, right? So you just like go to your trade. I've closed 2 of my positions, but this is the only trade, this position, right? Because we're at TP2. You just simply go, let me just try. Can you see that? You just go modify, I hope I don't close this. Modify position, you put in a stop loss and take profit there. And then it's just that simple. Like now I'm just watching this trade go down, but you would put in a stop loss and take profit. I've removed my stop loss because I'll move it to break even. But yeah, it's that simple. You can modify. So click on the trade, click on the open position, click modify position, and then put in your stop loss, put in your take profit. Now again, obviously we've peaked already high, right? So at least move stop loss to even in profit. Let the trade run. We pushed down all the way down. How much is this? This is $43 move, guys. Like at any moment this can just reject. We've come down a hell of a lot at the moment, right? So don't be numb to that. Show. So I can go Luke, yeah boy, 12-0, lucky Lukey champ. You're really good at multitasking. Yeah, I know, bro. I try. I've never been, bro. I swear, I'm probably one of the worst multitasks. Like in person, if you have to like, it's just that I know the system really well. Like I know what I've got around me, but like I'm not really that good at it. If you're talking to me and I'm like eating something, probably not listen. I won't hear what you're saying. Like I can't. You know what? I'm so bad at something, right? Now you guys are probably gonna laugh. It's like people know. If I'm watching a movie or a series, I can't miss a second. Like I can't. If I'm watching and then like someone sends me a message, I have to pause. Like I can't. I feel like weird, you know. If I go to the bathroom, I have to pause. You know, I can't. I'm not one of these people that sit in their kitchen and watch the stream while cooking. I don't know how you do that. I can't do that. I'm there flipping some eggs, but then I'm like, you know, like I missed. What did he say now? What did he say? I don't know what he said, you know, and then I have to go back. So like, if I'm cooking, I have to go back, you know, that's why I order food. No, it's not the real reason why I order food, but yeah, because I don't want to miss a second. Even if I'm like about to take a big bite, right, and I'm like, this is going to take too long, how am I going to miss a part? You know? That's just something very random about me, something very funny, but yeah. First trading, and I just doubled my account. Well done, congrats brother, welcome to the team. Hi Luke, thanks for this trade. Hobby Wales, go check him out. He's a producer, very good. We played his track last time. Closed my positions at 5012, 500 rand profit just increased by the account by 50%. Great. The Anfield followed you on Instagram. So overall, guys, what can I say? What can I say? What more can I say? And just remember, guys, like I'm saying, this is a winning trade, right? 12-0, you know, I haven't lost a trade. Well, it's not 12-0 because we had like 2 or 3 break even. So total trades, we haven't lost trade in 12 trades. So I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but overall 12 trades we haven't lost. Again, understand, right, is that any moment we can have a losing trade. So the person that risked 50% of his account or 70%, no offense, but remember, you're risking way too much, brother. And it's not financial advice, but you are. You got lucky today, right? It was a good trade, but at any moment that could have been a losing trade. You would have lost 700. So always remember, next time come in prepared, right? Always prepare. I always tell people, always prepare for a loss. Always prepare for the worst, right? And expect the best. Because if you prepared like that, nothing's gonna make you upset. Because you already go, at the end of the day, I'm not 100%. So I'm not 100% win rate, right? So at any moment, it could just be a losing trade. Now I'm not gonna beat myself up over that, but because I know I'm 67% win rate. So I know that there's a loss just around the corner, right? There's always gonna be a loss around the corner, like no matter what. Even if I go on a 70 win spree, you know, 70 trade win spree, I might just be 71 that I lose to 71. It can happen, it's gonna happen, it's inevitable. Let's see here. Haha, peace out, peace in. Yeah. Thanks for the cosign, you're the best, bro. Much love, bro. Luke, could you give us some advice to beginner traders? Sure. Sindisa, I'll get to that now. Sindisa asks, do you have a free and VIP group on Telegram? Yes, I do. So the link is in the description, should be in the description. Just let me know if it's there. Let me just double check. Should be there though. Yeah, link is in the description, so you guys can see it there. I can see it in my chat as well. So link is in the description. Just 1 second. This sticks in. Can I enter Solana? Please don't. Please, absolutely. Like, not financial advice, but please don't, bro. We've moved so far from my entry. That is suicide, brother. Like, bro, we've peaked down already at like, we already moved stoppers to like break even on this trade. It's peaked down like $45. Please don't do that. Please don't. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but like, it's already moved so far, dude. 1 second, guys. I just want to make sure before I get to Ilya's question. Stop loss to break even, which was 4. I'm just going to move it slightly in profit, to be honest, like maybe 5035 to be fair, to secure some profits. So like worst case scenario, it's not too bad. Any re-entry? Not at the moment. I think it was a very good trade overall. I will not be looking for a re-entry, especially on the stream. I think we've done something really good. Any re-entry to TP3? No. Personally not, no. A trade is a trade, guys. We don't always re-enter, right? There's not always, this is a piece of advice. So Ilya asked the question, Luke, do you have any advices to beginner traders? All right, listen up and listen closely. We don't, let's put the upper deck in so I start to like get my brainwaves cooking here. Guys, we don't always, just because the price pushes back up, doesn't give us another entry. It means that price is doing what it wants to do, right? So the move, technically, sometimes we don't always get down to TP3, right? Oh wait, I need to say stop loss to break even, wait. Oh wait, I haven't even updated TP2 yet. Oh my word. Guys, wait, I'm making a distract here, wait. Give me a second. It's not your fault, I need to be, this is my job. It's my calling, bro. I need to be doing this, wait, 5010. This is 5010, 5044. 1 second, 5044. I'll get back to everything now. Then give me a second. get back to everyone now. I'm going to get back to that point. It's very important. I'm glad you guys are asking these questions because they're really good. This is what I said. You guys need to be on these lives because a lot of people ask very valid questions, and then a lot of questions can lead into an answer that you didn't even know you needed the answer to, right? So again, can I enter, sell now? Any re-entry? So this is for mostly for beginners, maybe a little bit intermediate, but you would get to a level where you would understand why you wouldn't re-enter, right? So in this sense, why would we re-enter this trade? You know, and this is for beginner advice, right? Why would we re-enter? Like if you just think about this, right? So we've moved down on gold now already from our entry zone, right? Look at perfect entry, barely went into any drawdown, like almost $3, 30 pips, not 10, bro. So not only did we get a wick entry, the perfect entry, right? Near perfect entry, but we peaked down already, $46. That's massive, right? That's a crazy move, right? So in theory, yes, this is my final TP, but it doesn't mean that price has to hit my final TP. That's just where I think price is going to go next. But at any moment, right? Any moment, price could come back up, tap here, tap past our stop loss range, grab liquidity up here before coming back down. So price is already done its one move, right? So price has pretty much already targeted what? Let me do this. Price pretty much taken out these lows here, right? Almost to the T, exactly to the T. So what happened when we came back down here? What happened when price tapped here? Boom, we went all the way above, right? It's good to use past data, right? It's good to use past action, price action, what happened before. So when price hit here, we sort of rejected, we kind of pushed back up. So it's not necessarily like it's going to do the exact same thing, but if you just think about it logically, you know, again, what can price actually do now? I can just reject and go back up. So again, the move might have already played out. This might have been my final TP then. I just didn't know. I presumed that price was going to come down and take at least to this support level here. Take out these lows, right? That's what I was hoping it would do, right? Or it's actually 8.1, somewhere here, 8.1, a little bit low, whatever. But I was like thinking, okay, price is going to come down and tap into these wicks, right? If we're going to break down below there. But we didn't get a closure. We're back into this range. Now remember, what is happening here? Also for the beginners as well. Where are we now on price? Remember I talk about ranges, the importance of ranges, right? Where are we on price at the moment? We're back into the range, right? So what's going to happen? Realistically, we're probably going to tap there now, no? Before coming back down. Unless this candle can reject, come back down and close back below here. But we're just back in the range. So the range has to play out. Maybe it's going to play, maybe we're going to tap back on there, but maybe we're going to do that. So logically, the move's already played. Now we just wait for the next confirmation, wait for the next candles to print, wait for more confirmations to form before entering our next position. Because if we enter this position, we're basing it on emotion, we're basing it on FOMO. You missed out on a position, right? So you are only wanting to enter because you missed out. You saw everyone making profits now and you're like, shit, I'm late. But I still believe it hits TP3. Like, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But what about if it doesn't now? You never entered at the right position. Now we protected our capital by saying stop loss or break even or a little bit in profit, right? So we already protecting our capital. We can't lose. You put in yourself in an environment where you can lose. So we already out of the losing. We can't lose this trade. It's impossible for us to lose a trade because our stop loss should be at break even. So minimum we're gonna get $0 from this trade. But logically you should be putting your stop loss into profit, right? And running this trade down. So you can't, if you lose money on this trade, it's your fault, for sure. Let me just see. Do you have comments on Euro USD? We can have a look at that. I'll get to that. This is my first time on stream. How often do you stream? I think someone answered that. Tuesdays and Thursdays, correct. Thank you. What is the minimum deposit for your premium group, Luke? So we do have a minimum, which is not, it doesn't go to me, but it goes, you deposit. So I like to, the idea is for people to have capital, right? I'm not gonna tell you deposit $50, $100 because that's not gonna be ideal, right? Because you need to have some sort of capital in the balance. So we recommend a minimum of $300. then you get access to the VIP, and you get access to the scalp and the swing group. That's the minimum. You also get 100% deposit bonus as well. So you start with a capital of $600. So which is really nice, especially for new people, because you have that cushion, that $300 cushion. That's not actually your capital. So when like it allows you to, let's say, make mistakes, play around, you know, do funny things. Like hopefully you don't do that, but it does happen, especially with beginner traders. So it does give you that extra bit of cushion, that extra bit of capital, and that extra bit of leeway in order to like, you know, make some money from that. So that's why, you know, it's good having that little deposit bonus, because it does help in the long run. So yeah, if you want to enter, just just send me a message and we'll get back to you. It takes around 10 to 15 minutes to set up. It's really nothing. Then yeah, you pretty much have access to your account. I don't trade for you. I don't have any access to your capital, nothing. You're on your own, but you are able to get the same trade setups that I take, and this will help you obviously. And you get access to the education. I have about almost 15 hours in education that you guys can learn on, which only the VIP members get access to. Did a buy on Euro USD? I think I'm losing. We can look at that. I can see what I can suss out for you. Just give me some time. Between 50.47, 50.41, I see a possible retest from a 3-minute order block. I don't see it. For me, there's no order block because you already tapped into it. If you're thinking of this candle or this candle, it's not possible, because again, you already tapped it, right? There's your candle there. You already tapped into that level, so it's not actually an order block. It needs to be a full red candle pushing down. It needs to leave a gap, right? So it's a fair value gap, but also order block. Again, I don't necessarily trade that. It's also good to know, but I didn't really see an order block there, to be honest. And if order blocks work for you, that's great. You know, keep doing what you do. I think there's a strong. I think there's a strong support at where price is right now at 50-10 area. Strong support at 50-10 area. Yeah, pretty much where we bounced off. Yeah, it's pretty strong here. You know, that's why. Obviously, this is still in the range. We're in the range. We could close back into here, meaning that realistically we're going to tap back into 503.4 level before making our next move. That's why we'd be logical with our trade. You know, that's why I agree with you. I agree. I agree that there's a strong support. Of course, look at this level here. You see that we tapped into this level many of times, right? So look what happened there. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap. Every time we tap that, we sort of had a rejection, so 100%. Good spot. So if I was to invest £1,000, I'd get an extra £1,000. Yep. Let's trade capital, yeah. So definitely helps you. Definitely helps. And plus you get added to my mentorship group. So you get added to a private mentorship group as well, which is really cool. So you'll get access to me plus another mentor. We'll both be in the group, so actually helping you throughout your trading journey, which gives you an extra benefit. So you can deposit like $1,000, you get added into a private mentorship group just with me, you, and another mentor, which is also really cool. Which will definitely elevate you. You can literally ask questions directly to me and to my team, and we'll get back to you. Obviously, I'm not awake 24/7. That's why I need to have some other person just in case you ask a question during a random time and I'm just not available. Where are the T and C's with the deposit bonus? You can go on the broker, check yourself. So you can just check. It's full on transparent on the website as well. When you click, what you can do is click on the link, join, and then you can ask them physically before you even deposit. Ask them what the T and C's are, what the bonuses are. It's pretty straightforward. You get $1,000 extra, or whatever, 500. Minimum 300, you get 100% deposit bonus. Okay, good to know. Thank you for your insight. Sorry for asking so many questions. Don't feel pressure to get back to them quick. No problem. We'll be in the trade. I like answering these questions. Like I say to people, like all the time, guys. Like I literally say, ask me, use me. Like you have me in front of you. You have me trying to answer every single comment, guys. Like, utilize that. You know, that's the best piece of advice one of my mentors, you know, in life, not in trading, in life, has told me, right? Best advice, he said, milk me. I'm at a spot where I've worked hard, I've got to where I am, but I'm available. So any moment you get, ask me a question. Use me, you know, not in like a bad way, but like use me, you know. Ask me, you know, what would I do with this? If I wanted to create this, could you give me some advice? Realistically, good people help other good people, right? That's just how life works. If you want to see other people burn, you're gonna burn yourself, right? So good people, like I worked at a 5-star hotel, and I worked with billionaires, bro. Billionaires. A lot of people were too scared to talk to billionaires. I would go up to them and ask them, because I said, what's the worst thing they're gonna say to me, right? Can't answer your question. Okay, all right. Like maybe he doesn't know, but 95% of the time, any question I ask these guys, these billionaires in front of me, you have an opportunity. They're right there in front of you. You're serving them breakfast. You're serving them lunch. Ask them, how the fuck did you get to here? How are you so rich, bruv? You know, but don't ask them a stupid question. Ask them something that, let's say you're interested in the field that they do. So you ask them, what do you do for work, right? I'm in the oil and gas industry. All right. Don't ask them like, how can I get into the oil and gas industry? Be like, okay, so do you know, like based on, do some research, say, okay, cool. I know this guy's in oil and gas, right? Now, look at the current market. Like, okay, look at what's happening with oil and gas right now. So go back, do a little bit of research, especially if this guy's staying for longer, and come back to him and say, I've seen that the gas price and the oil prices are like kind of fluctuating a bit, right? And then, you know, ask a logical question that he would give a proper answer to, that you will get an answer and you'll get some value from it. Don't ask a stupid question because you're going to get a stupid answer, right? So if you ask the right question, he's going to answer in the right way and get some value from it that's going to benefit you. Don't ask a silly question like you're not going to get an answer to, like, hey, what's your favorite breakfast? Like, who gives a fuck, dude? Who gives a fuck about what your favorite breakfast is, bro? That's not going to help me. It's maybe going to help me to serve you better breakfast, but I'm not going to get anything out of that. And that's why I'm in a spot where I am today, because I'll ask these questions. No matter how stupid I look, I need to know. I need to grow. I need to get to where I want to be, right? So if I'm going to make myself look like a fool, I'm going to do it in the right way, right? Because I know I'm stupid to these guys. I'm very stupid, very, very stupid. But I'm very smart in the way I ask a question. And that's why I'm in a position, why I can, you know, get to where I want. Because I asked those questions where people were too scared to do that. And this is what elevated me to success, is because I took the risk, I took the chance that maybe it's going to be a no. Maybe he's not going to reply to me. Maybe he's just going to say, get out of my face. But I was willing to take it because, and look, it paid off, right? But yeah, that's just like about putting yourself in the right spots, right? And how should we be moving our stop loss into profit as it goes down? So pretty simple. Like we entered at 5045, right? Realistically, just start moving it down. Start trading the stop loss, right? So just like now you put your stop loss at 25, right? So now it's moving down. We're creating a new level right here. You just start moving your stop loss down, like casually, right? Just start moving it down. You can see we're dipping. Now you're putting yourself in a really good spot, right? Because now you're like, okay, at the minimum, we peaked down from 4.4 to 2.5, let's say $20 move. All right, perfect. The taps there, I secure profits. So I don't lose this trade, still make money. You know, you can't always perfectly predict where it's going to go up to again or tap into, but like at least you secured some profits. I can't say 100% that like we're not going to tap 5025, but it's just a good spot because I know, okay, maybe I've secured $200 on this trade or $100, and I'm happy with that. But if it goes down all the way down to TP3, I might secure 300. But maybe close, let's say $100 and let the rest run, right? You can do that as well. It's very simple. Let me just put this up here because yeah, some up there. Are you looking for another move? Not right now. I'll probably let this trade play out. Now, like if it hits break even, what's the time now? 8. Probably stay on for another maybe 30 minutes or so. But like at the moment, my TP levels at, I believe, 2.5, like my TP level. So I'll secure some. Let me just make sure it is at 2.5. I was at 3.5. So yeah, because the price started to push up again. So I'm gonna move it to 2.5 again. We're just, wait, I gotta charge my phone here quickly. Because now we push down. Now we're already like 130 pips off from 5025, right? So it's still like a big move to hit our break even again. So like you got to use logic when you're coming down. Like, okay, not like $1, $2 up. Like if you're gonna scalp the position, if we drop in, like dip in, start moving quick. Start moving your stop loss, right? Start grabbing that position, right? You can do that on MT4, MT5. Start just running the thing down, run the whole way down. How do we join the VIP group? Just there's my link in the bio. In the bio there's my Telegram. Send me a message on Telegram. We'll chat from there. We'll get you started. It's really, really simple. But I think if sport is broken, price will definitely dump and even past TP3. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, dude. I'm just the guy who trades, bro. I'm just the guy who trades. So this is my plan. If you have another plan, that's fine. So far my plan's working. I'm not going to be greedy. Again, it could come even further down. That's great. But you saw what happened here. Tapped here. You know, didn't quite tap there, but you know, that's pretty much price rejected off there. So I'd rather be more comfortable with break below there, tap this level, come back up, maybe get another entry somewhere here or something like that. That would be more ideal. But I'm not gonna like, you know, maybe we come all the way up now before coming and tapping into this level. So you also got to use a little bit of logic, you know, like we can still come up, grab a top wick before coming back down. So, you know, it's up to you. You know, if you want to hold it, if it dumps, it dumps. Like you make money. So, what method are you using? Order flow. I use pretty much candles, bro. I use candles, supply and demand, Fibonacci, trend lines, pretty much anything I can use. If I spot any sort of thing on the chart, I mostly trade candles. I literally, like, I study candles. I study the movement of candles, how they open, how they close. I study time frames as well, because it's important to see how that candle closed during that time frame in order for us, like if we had a top wick, that shows us a lot of data that maybe the sellers, let's say a top wick, the sellers are exhausted, the buyers are exhausted, we're going to come down. So you can start using all of these different strategies incorporated into one, and this will allow you to get your perfect entry. You know, it's called the LMB strategy, bro. So no order flow, no, just simple market structure. I think market structure, following candlesticks, following patterns, seeing what we can see how the candles open and close. Like I don't know, just develop the strategy by incorporating a lot of different terms in terms of trading, you know, and I kind of just develop into something that I work with that works for me. Maybe it's called a certain strategy. I don't really know. Like maybe it is, I don't know. If it is, cool. I'm not really interested. It makes me money. So I'm thinking if price fails as FEG to enter a sell on the retest. Not financial advice. If you want to do that, you can. Again, you're obviously taking a trade on your own, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna. I have nothing to say to that. So that's gonna be your plan. If it works, it works. If you're confident in it, do it. But that's it's your decision. Can you explain a bit more about how to search for perfect entries on XAU? Maybe show a backtest on yesterday's price. Sure. But sometimes when trailing stop loss after it hits TP2, it will stop out before it goes later to TP3. 100%, bro. But that's trading. Like that's trading, dude. Like Robbie Wells, that's trading for you. You know, like again, you can't always hit your TP3. Like that's a realistic thing. You can't always enter TP3. If it happens, it happens. Did you make money? Yes. Did it hit TP3? No. Did you protect your capital? Yes. So the important part is preserving your capital, right? That's what you want to do. Preserve, get out of any risk as you possibly can. If you can minimize any risk on a trade and make it a risk-free trade, you have won the trade. You have done well. Don't try and be greedy. It doesn't always play out the way you want it to, but if you can position yourself, preserve capital, and be smart about your trading, understand that any moment the market can flip and the market can reject. You know, that's the idea. So, yeah. Let me just, because Ilya had a question saying, what was, sounds like a win to me. It's, you're a good person. You're also a good person. I appreciate you also being on here. Ilya said, you get to Ilya's question. He said, can you explain a bit more about how you search for perfect entry on XAU? Maybe like show back this in today's trade. Sure. So just an understanding about how we look for this position, right? So again, you know, there was an FEG, you know, which means there was a bit of a imbalance in price. Now, meaning that we looked at this, right? So I'm going to just start from the top to the bottom, right? So we understood that, like, okay, we have a gap here, right? So we saw that price failed to break above here. Okay, it made a new high, right? But again, if you look left, it's not that high, and you can see I have a little confluence over here, right? So, oh wait, chart's tweaking out. Look at this previous high, look at this previous high, look at this previous high. So at the minimum, like, we could have moved stop loss to there, it would have been fine. But again, I would look left, right? I would just look left. What was the highest point in this chart, right? It was there. Okay, so realistically, really tapped into this level, right? Really tapped into that level, really tapped into that level, and we didn't break above or close above this high, right? Now, again, this was on Wednesday. This was last week, so it still has some confluence, right? So we understood, failed to break above, failed to break above, failed to break above, failed to break above. Now, again, what realistically are we going to do? Realistically, we're going to come down first for a steeper bottom wick, right? We need to grab more liquidity in order for us to drive back up, because where's the all-time highs? 5,600. So it's all the way up here. Now, again, when you see price push up, we need to come down. We need to grab, because up must come down, right? Pretty basic term, but it obviously sticks in trading. Like I say, it's like a slingshot, right? If you pull it like this and you let go, it's going to go maybe a meter. If you pull it like this, it's going to go 5 meters. If you pull it like this, that thing's going to shoot, right? So that's exactly with gold. The further it pulls down, generally what happens without it, like if we come down for a steep bottom wick and we start to reject off there, that catapult is going to be massive, right? So we haven't done that just yet. We came down to here, but that's not enough for us to continue to break to highs. That wasn't enough. That wasn't a steeper bottom wick. It was a big move, but we understood, okay, cool, that's about $100 move. Nothing too crazy. It is pretty big, but I don't think it's enough to like catapult us to all-time highs. Like we need to come down, like maybe to these lows, like tap down here, which is quite a low. But like if we want to break to all-time highs again, we obviously need structure, and this wasn't enough structure for us to push back up. So that was realistically, that was my confluence on, you know, not pushing to all-time highs again. So I wasn't really phased about that, right? Then if we looked at, okay, cool, this was going to be my first entry. You can see at the start of the stream, I had this red box drawn in because I was going to enter here. But the problem is that we pushed up. So this was going to be our first entry. Now we had a fair value gap, whatever you want to call it, and we pushed up here. But my stop loss realistically would have been the same, right? This would have been obviously a sniper perfect entry, but I wasn't happy with how this candle was pushing up because we didn't get a confirmation just yet. At the moment when it was pushing up, this was still in the middle of a 15-minute candle. So this 15-minute candle at any point could have just closed bullish and closed above here, and then it would have just taken us a stop side. So I was waiting for a better entry. Now, what I was waiting for exactly is we knew that there was a lot of volume being played in this graph, right? Knew there was a lot of consolidations. This was over a period of how many hours? 7 hours, right? So there's a lot of consolidation between that. Again, that's six 1 hour candles, multiple 15-minute candles, and we saw that price start to reject. So now realistically, once we start to see price reject, where's the logical place for us price to come down to? Probably tap into these, at the minimum tap into this. But then I wasn't just convinced just yet. So what I was waiting for is for us to come back into this range, tap into this, And then what do? We wait for better confirmation. Now that's exactly what I was waiting for. It's like, okay, cool, we came down, steep bottom wick, right? I think this was just before we ended, but we came down on the 1 minute, we came down steep bottom wick, and we came back up, tapped back into this range, and then that's where we said, boom, we're gonna enter, right? We're gonna enter on this position because we came back into the range, didn't close above, tapped into this level again, and now we knew, boom, we already broke these lows, right? Already broke below these lows. So at the minimum, I'm thinking now, okay, screw this range, we're gonna come out and tap into this range now. So this was my safe point, right? You always gotta have a safe point in trading. So in terms of a safe point, I knew that, okay, cool, like if we need to get back up to this point, we should come back down, which would give us our break even, right? So this would have been the logic in this trade, right? Would have come back down. So let's say, for example, boom, we were wrong with our trade. We came back up, tapped back into the range, refilled it. And then at the minimum, before making our next move, because it's a mini range, before tapping into here, minimum we will come down and refill the range, right? Because that would have been good. And then we would have been stopped at a break even on this trade. So that would have given us a safe point, right? So that was the idea behind that trade. And that's why we entered exactly there, because we had like a little bit of a cushion. We had a way of getting out the trade if it was going to go against us. And then we entered on that position, and then we started to obviously push down. Now we knew, okay, once we started to push down here, we're probably going to refill this range because we store a lot of volume within this area. That's our safe point, that's our safe haven. Push back into here. Now the logic thing to do would be stop loss to break even, or move stop loss even to here. You know, because once we start to break above there, we're probably going to break above these highs, and that's what we look for. And to find our TP, our final TP zone would be, okay, cool, right? Our final TP zone would be down here because once we tapped above these levels previously, we've come down. Now we tapped into that level perfectly. When we came down here, right? We tapped it there. So logically, I think, okay, cool, we're going to come down and tap into there, where we came and tapped into here. So it wasn't all the way there. Does this mean that we can still tap into here? Sure. But does it mean we have to? No. So this means at any point we can still just ramp up, right? Because we already grabbed liquidity in these areas. So we can still just ramp up. That's why we move stop loss to break even. So again, Ilya, does that answer your question? Does that make sense to everyone? Because I think I explained it quite simple now. How we look for that entry, what we were waiting for, and why we didn't get that perfect entry, and what we waited for, a better confirmation, right? Getting into very much detail. So those of you on the stream, congrats, because you're getting some of the LNB source in real time, right? Save this, send it to your grandparents, send it to your mother, send it to your father, send it to your brother, send it to your sister, send it to your kids, because they're going to watch this one day and they're going to be like, respect. Anyways, okay, so it sounds like a win-win to me. Great advice. Okay, thank you very much, bro. On the time frame you looked at the most with looking at candles, on which time frame do you look at the most looking at candles? Every time frame, every single time frame. If I can spot something on a daily, great. If I can spot a potential wick fall on a daily, that means I can trade that range within that wick. If I can spot a 4-hour candle, 4-hour bottom wick, to know that we're going to continue driving back up, even better because I can trade that range. If I can spot anything on a higher time frame, it adds extra confidence. Because why? Because data takes longer to print, and it means that you have a better chance of that trade playing out overall. Because obviously 5-minute, 15-minute, and 30-minute trades, for example, they can take quicker to play out, right? Meaning you have more chances of that trade not working out, because any sort of factor can drive down. You might have not seen the bias of a 4-hour. We might be bullish, but we came up for a top wick on, let's say on a 4-hour chart, came for a top wick, but our overall bias was bearish, right? The overall bias was bearish, and we came up, and you're thinking, bias, but the bias was bearish. We just came up, grabbed liquidity, and we drove back down, right? So it's important to use every time frame when distinguishing a bias, and this will allow you to get these better risk to rewards overall. Okay, yes, always protect my capital, 100%. The aim of the game is preservation, right? Stay as long as you can in the markets, because you learn the most. Once you're out of it, you don't want to trade anymore, you don't want to do anything, you think it's, I made a mistake. The longer you stay in, the more you learn, the more chances you have to become profitable. I make $390. I will spend it on the weekend. I will celebrate with my friends, and we'll talk about you. Mad respect, bro. Send me a video. Send me a video on Telegram, bro. Send me a video on your boys. I don't know if you're a girl, if you're with the girls, drop them my number. No, I'm joking. But yeah, if you're out, send it. I like to see what you guys are up to. I like to see what you guys are spending your profits on. Obviously, don't spend all of it, but have fun, enjoy your life. You only live once. Anna says, I lost you in explaining, but I'll go watch this back to learn. Go watch this back to learn. I try and explain. Remember, it is very difficult. Like, I'm going to be very transparent with you guys right now, right? I never studied teaching, right? So I'm doing my utmost best to try and explain a point that it's also very tough for me. It's learning upon learning, because I can trade, but it's also it's another skill to teach someone how to do it, right? So I'm doing it in the best way that I think is right? So I'm doing it in a way that I feel like I know what I'm doing. But obviously for some people it might seem like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, it doesn't make any sense, because it makes sense to me. So it's hard to portray my questions across like an answer. So I do try my best. And if it doesn't make sense, I do apologize. Sometimes it's best to obviously go rewatch what I've said, and then it sometimes could make sense if I'm not doing it in real time. So you can take your chart, put my charts, like what I can do if you have two screens or you want to have it on your phone, put my chart there, put your chart there, and start to find similarities. Okay, why did he draw his level there? Why did he enter there? Why did he put his take profit there? What is similar? What is he looking for? And then you have a lot more time to hone in and zone in, right? You have a lot more time to focus, because right now it's just like boom, 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 enter, trade, make money, and out. But once you look at it and you really absorb it, and you're trying to absorb all the knowledge, you will start to understand a bit better, right? Thank God I stumbled on your stream. Much respect, brother. But yeah, and I know you new, and there's a lot of people that's just as new as you, and don't worry, you're not alone. And I think anything in life that you want to get, it comes with patience, and don't expect to be a master in 1 day, 2 days, because that's not going to happen. So I'm just being very real with you, real talk over here. It's going to take time. If you just want to full on copy my trades, obviously then it's it speaks for itself. But if you want to actually learn trading, if you want to actually get in, you got to put in a bit of time. You got to put in a bit of effort. It took me 8 years, then it took me another 3 years in total, 2.5 years to become profitable. And that was me. That's how long it took for me. For other people, it might take a year, it might take 6 months, But I'd say at least give it 6 months, Don't rush it. Again, you're on the right track. Like, I've seen your progress so far. You're doing really well. You're not like most people who's blaming other people, right? If you making sometimes, like, I don't mean to let's call you out or anything, but you're trading really smart, right? Like, you're making let's say $30, $40 on a big account, right? And I'm not gonna tell everyone what your account size is, but it's for a new person, it's a big account, right? And the profits that you're making are small compared to what your account size is, but you're using proper risk management. You're in it for the long game. In the process, you're able to join every stream, you're able to learn every movement that I do. So you staying in it for a longer period of time. Hopefully that one day you will learn that you can trade yourself and start to develop a mindset on your own. But in the beginning, now it's about learning how to preserve your mind, learning how to stay concentrated, stay alert, not making mistakes, because mistakes cost you, right? It's going to cost you money. That's trading. You're not going to get out and be like, sorry. Some ridiculous things I've heard, right, is my brother pushed the trade. My sister came in and put 10 lots. Sure, bruv. Yeah, sure, mate. I've heard it all. My dog came in, pushed the buy button. Like, I generally, I've heard that. And they say, oh no, my internet disconnected. I couldn't get out the trade. No, you're lying. You're lying to yourself, bro. You're lying to yourself. You just didn't get out that trade because you were greedy, And this is the reality that people never accept accountability. And this is why people go down a very dark road in trading, because they never ever once say, I'm accountable for my actions and my decisions. And yes, that was my fault. Because once you accept accountability, you will start to grow, not only as a person, but as a trader, right? No, I think you're telling fine, but still beginning for me, so it's new and other language. 100%. Look, for me, it took a long time for me to get to where I am. And for some people, it's taken a lot faster. Everyone at their own pace, right? So don't rush it. Don't be scared. Don't rush it. Like I said, don't rush it. Good things take time. Great things take a decade, right? So overall, you need to put in the time. You need to put in the effort. You need to put in, how many YouTube videos do you think I've watched on trading? And I still learn things in trading today. I still learn things. Like I still learn different things. Like someone showed me this. Let me show you something cool that I didn't know, right? Go to the 30-minute chart, right? This is obviously going to be for like quite advanced traders, but like, what's it called? Don't worry, I'm from Uruguay. It's too cheap here, but thank you for your help and make other lives better. That's great. Very good. Obviously, don't spend it all. It's not financial advice, but just be smart. Enjoy your life. Buy some drinks. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it. I just want to show you guys something cool, and then I'm probably gonna dip off like in the next 4 minutes. But I just want to show you guys something cool just before I jump off. It's gonna be more for like intermediate, advanced traders, because like new traders wouldn't really make sense in how they can utilize this. This is something I'm gonna learn about this more, because I saw it yesterday. And it's something that I've seen, and I'm going to see how I can incorporate this and use it as an actual strategy, and if it's going to be useful. So I have to back test with it to use it on some trades and see if it's actually going to be profitable for me in the long run, right? Let me show you guys this, right? So if I learn something, I try and portray it onto you guys as well. I'm still learning how this actually works, but I thought it was really cool and really interesting. I've blown 10K since Christmas, and it's all my fault. Again, there was keywords that you said, it's all my fault, right? So took accountability, accepted your mistakes, and we move on, right? We can't cry over spilt milk, right? If I cry over all the losses that I had, I'd be depressed. All right, but let me just show you something. So I'm on the 30-minute time frame. Why you use the 30-minute time frame? Because he wanted to show the session breaks, right? So we go to, like you see over here, we go to events. We click on session breaks, meaning like the daily sessions of the trading. Click that OK. Now this is pretty cool, right? But I'm still utilizing like how to actually use this. So you see all of these. So the market opens 1:30, like I think I opened the 1:30 around that time, Dubai time, closes around 1:30 as well, somewhere around there. So it's basically a full day of trading. Now what he was doing is he took this tool, right? And have a look how cool this is. Like I'm just gonna figure it out like how to, and he took this. Let me just, because I'm still new, guys, like I'm not a professional in this. Took this fixed range volume profile. He took this over here. He took it from the session breaks. I'm giving you guys like the exact source. So from there to there, right? Put it out the whole session breaks. Now have a look at this. How cool is this? Then it marks out exactly where the volume was in. Where was high volume, where was low volume, where the price actually rejected. So you can see that there's a black line. Now that black line represents where the market kind of fell off, right? So actually very interesting. So if we take it like this is, I'm still learning how to use this, but let's say if there's any confluence on how this works, right? If it has any like confluence, you see it lines up perfectly where our entry was, right? So could I have used this on this trade? Would it have made sense? Could have been, right? Because we did have a previous drop off before on this exact level, 4644, around that level. Now it adds up to where we are. Like this is the first time doing this. Like I've tested before, but I haven't actually tested it. But look how it adds some extra confluence to our sell, right? Like again, you see how I'm learning also new tools, new settings as well. Like I'm learning as we go. I had no fucking idea about this, but this could be really, really interesting. I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can incorporate it with it. Like this would have made sense. Like if I had to use this for the first time and it made sense, it doesn't mean it's 100%. I still need to use it on multiple trades and see if it actually aligns with my strategy. So that's another cool way, guys. So that's another cool way of like, you learn something. Can you incorporate it on your strategy? Will it help you make better decisions? Sure. I'm not against learning new things. Like you can always teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I think you can't. I don't think you can, but it's fine. But yeah, you see that, guys. I don't know if you guys find that interesting, but I find it pretty cool. I find it really cool. And just something that I got to learn. Like I said, I'm very transparent to you guys. Like if you guys ask me something I don't know, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I can't help you. But yeah. Anyways, guys, really good trade overall. Really good stream. If you guys made some profits, drop me a Telegram message showing me like I'm really interested in you guys. The gaps, you mean? So you see this here, Anna. You see that and the volume gets a bit bigger. This is where the price dropped off, right? You see that there was no kind of volume over there. You see where the price actually dropped on this black line. So the black line dropped off, and then I don't know if I'm using this 100% correct, but if I did, it would have been perfect, right? Because look at, and it lines exactly where our sell was, right? So this could have been really cool, right? I don't know. This is the first time using it. I just find confidence now for you guys. So I really don't know. So I still need to go test this. I still need to try it. But I'm just showing you guys, like, again, like Anna, you're very new. But you see, I have a lot of skin in the game. I'm still learning, right? I'm never stop learning. It's still very interesting for me, guys. So guys, if the highest volume area, exactly, yeah, where the volume, basically price just started to reject, and exactly what happened here, price started to reject. Luke, thanks for the stream and great advice. You'll be seeing more of me. Appreciate that. And again, guys, just before I jump off, if you want to obviously ask me any more questions off stream, my Telegram is there completely for free. Just drop me a DM. Help you to get set up and everything. And yeah, guys, another win, 12-0. Well, not 12-0, 12-3 break evens, whatever you want to call it. It's still pretty cool. But yeah, appreciate you guys. I think this was one of the most engaging streams so far. You know, we've only had 12 streams so far, and I think this has been the best so far. So we only just keep growing. I'm growing with you guys. I'm trying to get better at teaching, and you know, I think we'll just absolutely crush it, you know. But again, guys, have a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and much love.